Alright, so hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Uma, and this is my second video that I make for my female to male transition. This video specifically will be about how my sessions went with my gender therapist. Now, I know that my previous video was way too long. How to put it in two parts. Excuse me. I think I should have separated my videos because I included my introduction. I included the steps I decided to take when I started the process of transitioning from female to male, and how it all started for me as well. So I think I kind of spoke a little bit too much, but this video right now, I promise you it's not going to be that long, and it's just going to be about one topic, and this one topic is just strictly about how my sessions went with my gender therapist. Now, let's move on. Excuse me. Now, a gender therapist, for those who don't know, is someone that will help you identify your identity. She will help you, or he will help you, on the process of transitioning, right? Just making sure that we do the right thing, that we're making the right decision. They will ask you a lot of personal questions about your life, about your childhood, and they will also kind of answer a lot of your questions that you have in regards to your sexuality, or how the transition works and how the process is. So I will answer a couple of questions that I think some of you may have, just like I did before I went to a gender therapist. So my first session was this past Friday, and it was just kind of getting to know me. She was asking me about what made me think about transitioning, how far do I want to go into the transition, excuse me, what do I think the transition is gonna, how is that gonna affect me, is that gonna benefit me, how do I think I'm gonna take it, if people reject me, or what if it doesn't come out to be how I expect. She just asks you a lot of things, and then as you're talking with her, she clarifies things with you. For example, I was telling her that one of the reasons why I didn't want to transition at first is because I didn't really accept that in my mind I'm a man. Because I would always fight with myself that I know mentally I think like a dude, I act like a dude, I live like a dude, my role is like a dude, and I hate my body. I hate my female body, and I wish I could have been born with a male body. And I would always put in my head every day that no matter what I did, I'm not gonna change my physical aspect because I'm already a woman inside, no matter what I do outside. But she explained to me on our first session that a transgender person is someone that, for some reason, when you were in your mom's belly, you're given a mind, you're given a soul, and you're given a body, right? A sex. And we all start as women. Then from there, whenever your body decides to do whatever it needs to do, if you stay as a woman, then your mentality is as a woman, or your soul, your soul is a woman. However, there are occasions where your body changes into a woman, and your mind has a soul of a man, or vice versa. Your mind stays as a woman, but your body changes as a man. So when we're born, we have this gender dysphoria because our minds and our souls are not matching the body that we have biologically, and that's where the struggle begins. That it's hard and it's challenging for us to be able to identify ourselves, accept ourselves, because a lot of us try very hard not to be the way that we think it's wrong. But in reality, it's how we feel inside. That's our soul. Our soul is either you're a man or you're a woman, or your soul feels however it needs to feel, and that's you, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. So she explained that to me. So I kind of started feeling more comfortable. And she would ask me about how would I react, just questions about me. And then when was the last time that I remember that I was playing with Barbies, things like that. So she was a very nice lady. Asked me a bunch of questions. She also asked me about my expectations, right? From what my expectations are, how far I want to go into it. So I told her that, excuse me, or I asked her, what if I only want to do it for about a month and then stop? And she said that there's no problem, I'll stop at any time. However, it could reverse a couple of things since my body doesn't naturally produce testosterone. And I'm sorry I can't pronounce that correctly. But since my body can't naturally produce that, it will slowly kind of start fading away. Maybe I will not transition completely to a female body, but I would somewhat lose some of what what testosterone was doing to my body. I also asked her if I had to take testosterone, and what if I just wanted to do top surgery. And the good thing about that is that I do not have to take testosterone. I could do the top surgery first before anything else without taking testosterone. It's okay. So that was great news to me. And the reason why I got approved for that is because I'm already considered transgender. I already have that dysphoria between my mind and my body, or better yet, my soul, because my soul is a man. That's my soul. That's my spirit. That's me. So whatever, maybe in my past life I was a dude, and my soul came up in this life as this body right now. So yeah, but since I'm already considered a transgender person, I automatically get approved for top surgery, which that was amazing for me because I was still kind of skeptical about moving forward with a testosterone. But as I talked with her more, she also explained to me that one, if I do decide that I want to have a family, and that's the reason why I didn't want to move forward first. It's because I want to have a family. I don't picture myself carrying a baby, but I want my fiance to carry my baby. I'm an only child. I want to continue a generation. Unfortunately, I can't do it naturally. Sorry, Mom. But she said that she recommends that I wait on that testosterone do the top surgery first, so I could have a male's chest, right? And then once I have my family, I could move forward with that. She also said that I could already be on testosterone, and the other options were they could freeze my egg. Now it's up to my insurance. It was up to me to find out if my insurance covers it because it is kind of pricey. They would freeze my egg, and then once we already have a family, then my partner will carry my baby, our baby. Or the other option is that there is a percentage where when I want to have a child, I could get off testosterone for a while and reverse a little bit of the process, I think. See if I could, if my eggs, I think, would work, and that way we could see if we could have a baby. So that's completely up to me. So at first I wanted to stop. So I told her at the first session that I just wanted to move forward with just the top surgery, right? So my second appointment, well, she told me that her job is to send a referral for my top surgery, but she had a lot of questions to ask me. So then she scheduled another appointment that was this Tuesday. And I went, and that session was typically about top surgery. And she, well, actually, no. Oh, yes, it was too. But she again asked me about, sorry, my mind thinks so fast. I'm sorry, and I tried to kind of stick with it. But my fiance came with me on my second appointment this Tuesday because I wanted her to see a little bit of what this is about. I want her to be with me every step of the way because originally she did not agree with this. She labeled herself as lesbian, and she didn't see herself being with a man. Excuse me. One thing is dressing like a man, and another thing is literally being a man. So we had a couple of disagreements there, but after talking a lot, she's been seeing a couple of videos. She told me that she loves me for who I am and how I am, and for how I treat her, how much I love her. So regardless of what I do with my body, it's going to be something that she's going to support me 100%, and she's not willing to leave me. So that's awesome because now I got the strength. And when she told me that, I was ready to go 100% with testosterone now because I felt supported from my partner. I was probably thinking about doing that regardless after my top surgery, and hope for the best. And if she left me, then I'm sorry, but I am glad that she supports me now, and 100%. So I asked her to come with me so she could see, and she could speak with my therapist. That way my therapist could answer a couple of questions that she may have. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And the therapist explained to her that not to worry, that this testosterone is not going to change me who I am. So in case you ever have a question about that, testosterone will not change the person's personality. It is going to change their physical body, their physical appearance, their strength, their facial hairs, all of that. But the personality, that's already them. This is who we are, and this is how we're going to stay. They might change some small things on the emotional side, I think, but nothing that will make you stop loving you, or loving the person you're with, or change the sex genders or anything like that. Because that was a question that I also had from a therapist on that session, was that I asked her that if I were ever turn gay or something like that, because I'm a dude in my soul is a dude, and I've seen some trans men that they are gay. So I was under the assumption that a trans man was a straight person, someone that is a man by heart, that likes women, and transitioning to a man, and now obviously still likes women. But I was completely wrong. A trans man has nothing to do with your preference, and that's preference. There are men who believe in their soul they know they are men, but they like men. So since, for example, I'm gonna put myself as an example. If I am a man right now, I feel like a man, but I like dudes, then I would think in my head that I'm gay. Even though I'm in a female body, I think that I'm gay because mentally I'm a dude, and I hate my female body. I'm a gay man. I don't want to have this female body. So I transition into, I have gender dysphoria. I transition into a male right, from female to male, but I'm still dating dudes, so I'm a gay male, right? So that's what that's for, and I learned something new, so that's great. So the third person explained that to me, that I will not change my preferences or anything like that. I'm just gonna change my physical aspect, and then my heart, my soul, it's me. That's already who I am. I'm defined as it is already, and that's how it's gonna stay. So my girlfriend got her question answered. I got my question answered. She also said that. She also said that if, since I told her that I was already ready to transition into a testosterone, she asked me if I am willing to move forward 100%. I told her that yes, I will. Bottom surgery will be the last thing I'll do, and that's because first I want to take a little by little, take it step by step, see how I feel, process it, wear it with pride, and then move on with the next step. So once she knew, then she told me that she had a bunch of questions to ask me, right? And she told me that once I'm on testosterone, I'll have to be on it for life because my body does not naturally produce it. If I ever stay off testosterone, then I'm gonna lose a little bit of those testosterone, obviously, and I'll start slowly transitioning back to a female body. Maybe never 100%, excuse me, but it would, I would lose a little strength. Maybe my features would kind of slowly get back to more, a little more feminine side. I don't know, but I will lose a little bit of that, right? Of that transition. Also, she did also say that if I want to ever remove my female organs, my uterus, my ovaries, I won't have my period anymore, which is great. But if I ever do remove my ovaries, then I will not produce female hormones. I will only be on male testosterone, which means that I will be 100% dude. The only difference is that I won't have male genitalia, but that doesn't make you a man. There's a lot of men who had surgery and that their penis is not working, or people that, they have accidents that don't, they had to get that surgically removed. There's a lot of things that could happen. It doesn't stop them from being a man, right? Being a man is just your soul, your testosterone, who you are. So she said not to let that not to let that discourage me, but that if I do remove my ovaries, I will no longer have hormones. So that means that I won't be able to stop testosterone because I have to either produce hormones or testosterone. I cannot live in a body without either nor hormone or testosterone. So that's a very important choice. And then after we talked about that, then and now she knows that I'm ready to move forward 100%. She asked me about my name, right? About what name I want to choose, and I told her that my girlfriend I like the name Fabian. So for right now, that's gonna be my name, Fabian. I still haven't put it 100% because I might change it to Joshua. I kind of like Joshua. I don't know if I look like a Fabian or a Joshua, but yeah. So she calls me Fabian for now, so I'm kind of getting used to that. And yeah. So then after that, she scheduled me for an appointment to come back. Now I guess for all these questions, because I think these questions are very long. They're very detailed. They're very personal, and she needs to split it in half. So she made another appointment for me today. At 8:30 in the morning, I went, and then we talked about testosterone, the testosterone questions. She asked me about what am I gonna expect from it, and I told her, right, that what I want from it is that I'm gonna look like a man. I'm gonna be stronger. My family's not gonna think about, how they always tell you, yes, you think like a man. I know you think you're a man, Zulma, but physically you're a woman. Be careful, don't get hurt. You keep hearing all those stuff, and it's kind of like, man, relax. Like, hey, you gotta remind me every day, right? But I feel like, I won't get that anymore because I'm gonna look like I could physically how I feel. So they know they don't have to worry about me. It's gonna make me feel comfortable, right? People are not gonna double glance at me and have any questions. They'll just let me live my life. I'll walk by, they'll just think, oh, this is just a regular dude, and that's it, you know. And besides that, I'm gonna feel complete. So that's what I told her, and then she, started explaining to me again about a couple of things that could happen. Is that my facial hair, right? The pros and the cons. Might have acne, right? My face will get a little oily. I might have some hot flashes, right? If also that I need to be, of course, that I need to be on it for the rest of my life if I want to remain a man, right? And then she started asking me a lot of questions about my childhood. When did I remember that the last time or the first time I ever thought a girl was cute, or the first time that I started wanting to be with boys, like hey, playing with them. She started just asking personal questions. Excuse me. When I started dressing like a boy, when did I start playing this, acting more this role, using my role as a man? How does my family take it? And just questions like that about yourself, basically. And she tells me that she's heard some trans men mention that sometimes the feet get bigger, the hands get bigger, right? They might get a little taller, that everybody's different, of course. She talks to me about how there's going to be bottom growth, depending on the person, obviously. My voice is going to change, so, she's just telling me all these things, right? The questions were too long, so unfortunately she wasn't able to finish today on that session, but she was kind enough to reschedule me at that same day at 3 p.m. So I came back today at 3 p.m. and we finally finished the session. And the session this time was more about top surgery, right? When was the last time that I remember that when my body started, having its figure, when I started getting breasts, like how did I feel? When was the last time that I remember that I started hating my body? What I want to get out of top surgery? What are my expectations? And then she'll ask me about what do I think might be the side effects from it. I obviously told her I've done a lot of my research and I could see that things could happen, right? There could be complications. I'll have to take care of it. And she was mentioning that I might need to take some time off work, from 1 week to 3 weeks, depending how long I take to recuperate. Won't be able to be lifting any much because all your pectoral muscles, and all of this, you won't be able to stretch as much. So she was mentioning a lot of things. I might need assistance. Who will be able to help you when you're at home? Do you have someone that's going to be able to support you? She started asking me more personal questions too about when I was young, and depending what I would answer, she would ask me another question. So it was very, very, very detailed questions. And then at the end of the day, my dyslexia, ADHD, and some other stuff came up again because it was from one question led to another, and so on and so on. So now we are finished with our assessment or questionnaire, I guess you could say. I will go back to her again, but it's no longer going to be about the transition. That's going to be for something else, for me to be able to work with my ADHD and my dyslexia and some stuff that I came through when I was younger. So that's freaking amazing because she's awesome. She's able to figure out so many stuff. And I know I'm talking a lot, and I've cut down a lot of things already because there's so many questions that she asked, and I'm already making this video kind of long, so I'm trying to keep it really short. If you guys want to know more questions that she asked in details, let me know, comment below, and I could probably make a part 2. But yeah, hopefully this was able to answer a couple of you guys' questions. After this, we're done with this step. The next step is that now she's referring me to the, and I forgot the name, otolaryngologist, something like that, I don't know. She referred me now to the clinic that's gonna contact me to make an appointment and continue the process with the T shots, or what taking the testosterone, right? To explain to me in there whether I want to take shots, right, or gel, or whatever options I may have. They'll give me all those details, and then she referred me to the top surgery clinic. So she did tell me to not feel uncomfortable, that these are doctors that specifically requested to work on trans men like us, and one, they would help us feel better. So these are people, they're not just random doctors that they're just doing their job. These are people that volunteered and that requested to work with people like us. So she told me to feel very comfortable, right? So I'm excited. I'm just waiting for the phone call, and then same thing. She told me that be prepared because of different types of surgeries depending on my breast size and my body, I guess. But they'll explain that to me later, and then once I have those appointments, I'll make another video and I'll let you guys know how it went with the doctor that's gonna give me the testosterone, and how it went with my doctor that's gonna do the top surgery. And my fiance,